And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time on round 116. We have 5 decisions. We're continuing where we left off in Shadow Empire. Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem. Quack doctors. Sadly, our time of learning is going to end in a turn. And knowing our luck, it's going to go back to a time of violence. And then construction-wise, heavy industry is complete. So from here on out, we're going to have lots of machine parts.
Sir, yes, sir.
Stress more production.
Yes, sir.
Don't need to customize formations yet. Back doctor, do we can minimize it. There we go. Military advisors requested. This is Brunderstadt. Oh, okay. That's these guys. So we're going to take autocracy because we want to give them their advisor so we can get the relationship bonus. Doesn't say that we get a relationship bonus with them on that event, but we worked out from earlier ones that, yes, that does give you a relationship bonus. That actually should buff the probability we get success on the offer protector. Oh, I've been forgetting about my auto manufacturing down. Let's put that down. That'll help the industry.
Yes, sir. Roger
in
that,
the capital,
sir.
where we don't need to ship it. I was in here for the Shadow Diplomats, I was on the wrong tab. So, I suppose in the end, that was a good thing I was on the wrong tab. Shadow Diplomat, Foreign Affairs.
Yes,
and our advisor attached to the Foreign Affairs.
Sir, yes, sir.
Our Foreign Affairs advisor is actually quite old, which is why we had an advisor attached to them. Specifically to train the advisor to take over for the Foreign Affairs counselor when the counselor or director dies. Already have a better ship with them.
Sir, yes, sir.
Failed the roll. And then, how do I feel about industry? Not just short of 2,000, although we probably want that for upgrading troops at the moment. Do we have that bottleneck still? Do still have the bottleneck. And we are getting rail points in there, so it is a bottleneck of not enough. So that really means I need to do Rail Station 2. We're short some machine parts. But otherwise, we have enough. Okay.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
So I can just workshop up the missing 5 parts. Actually, no, we'll have plenty because we're gonna have some from you. Not this turn, but that's fine. We got 5 for this turn. Next turn they'll be made, and then they'll be delivered on the 3rd turn when we'll need them. And you should make 10, which is more than we need. Okay, so let's not artisanally make those machine parts because we don't need them. Attempting to seal the roads. Also, I think I really, really do want to do this upgrade before we end up in a war. Don't quite have all the industry again. And what I'm checking there is if I have all the industry to upgrade all of my infantry that's out of date simultaneously. Which is a bit of an ask. Like, I'm not surprised I don't have enough industry to do that. Yeah, so they've basically have 250,000. They almost have 250,000. Lots of people. I think that might not be all the rotors. There might be a couple up here. I think that's most of the rotors. A little bit tempted to maybe start something with them. No, I'm gonna hold off for the moment. How comes the tech? 66 on the advanced sensors, 52 on the metal soil. Okay. Oh, and we got polymer. Ooh. So after advanced, we're definitely gonna do polymer. And then I'll probably try to grab the fourth one in engineering so we can try to find heavy combat and Gauss. Charge Gauss. Okay, I'm gonna cycle the turn. Okay, back around to us on round 117. We have 9 decisions awaiting us. Discovered some fuel. Nanobite infestation. And yeah, this planet, for whatever reason, really likes bouncing us back between violence and learning. We're back to violence. Bleeding Pants Secure 3. Got synthetic fuel discovered. You want total power. It's tempting for the fist. You know, we will accept because I want that fist.
Order received.
You want a subsidy? Let's say no.
Sir, yes, sir. Order received.
Upgraded you, upgraded you. I think next is the MG. High speed to Gauss, padded to combat.
Order received.
Affirmative. Roger that.
Critical success, cool. Zone increase, this is Moon Slope. Which is the major city across the way, right? Yeah.
Roger that.
Do like a 5,000 bet on this.
Copy that.
Unit decision, we like enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Twitch chat saying, wait, they're field testing first, check before upgrading model. In this case, I'm upgrading the model. Like, I know the model's probably not fully up to date. In this case, Yeah, it's not fully field tested. The reason I'm upgrading says it's qualitative improvements on the variants, right? So we're going from high speed to Gauss, and we're going from padded to armor. That's when you do the upgrades if you're doing the field testing. The infantry definitely were, right? Which is, well, even the infantry were at 69%. But yeah, qualitative improvements. Yeah, as you say, it's only 5%, but it's going to be a big enough jump going from one to the other. Yeah, I'm not concerned about that bureaucratic point cost. I'm more concerned about getting qualitative improvements on the troops. And because of the armor tech jump, it's worth it. Okay, did we fix the bottleneck? No, but that's because that's why we're expanding the rail station. The rail station's got 2 turns left on it. Suppose I might as well expand the truck station as well while we're thinking about it.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Is that a farm? That's another dome farm, yeah. Get some spies on the rotors and figure out if they got any territory or any troops up the top area.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
And then miners. Want to get offer protection off on you. Do that, I need some shadow diplomats.
Sir, yes, sir.
What else? Reserve advisor. There we go.
Sir, yes, sir.
Check put the shadow diplomat on the right guy. Offer protection.
Sir, yes, sir.
Failure, although we missed 4 points. Oh, let's check on the maritime trading contracts. You time out in 3, you time out in 27. These are both the captain's crew. They reasonably like us. They got 28 ships. And yeah, they've got more contracted out than they got tonnage. If we could get more shipbuilding, that's probably what we need. Yeah, no shipbuilding. Because I think you're rolling indication here, it's like, okay, well, if I do that, I probably want to expand the port capacity. And I can't fix the port capacity, so... Okay, so we're going to save up some industry. Cycle the turn. Okay, round 118, we have 5 decisions. Ancient weapon triggered, okay. Still in the crisis violence. My civilization level actually went down, not up, so we filled that demand. Okay, so we're now back at war with that major. Resource complete is advanced sensors. Yeah, that's these guys. Okay.
Fire when ready. Yes, sir.
Okay. Weapons fired. I don't want to do the advance here. Okay, so the port's encircled. They do have a second port down here, so they're not cut off. I'm actually surprised. Although I wasn't paying attention, they might have dropped below 30. Yeah, just the declaration. So they probably missed the -20 one of the turns. We failed the bid, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, probably want to do polymer armor.
Understood.
Ancient weapons triggered.
Roger
Do what you
that.
can to mitigate it. Success. Although 8,000 people still died.
Yes, sir.
We'll take the fist.
Sir,
Get
yes,
the
sir.
opinion boost with Brunder's stat.
We're under fire. Requesting backup.
Yeah, Constant's implying that we don't really have any more of the rotors to encircle. That's all the rotors. Okay. Did I finish the Panzer Scare? I think that's the one we finished already. RPG, yeah. Yeah, that's worth implementing right away. You can see we're jumping from 89 combat power to 350. 387. Even the infantry was a worthwhile upgrade. It's jumping from 105 to 217. And the machine gun's going to be pretty similar. The combat power jump. Okay, so let's, assuming we got all the RPGs in supply, let's upgrade all 60 of those.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they weren't all in supply. Got to 6 units, so 3,000 were deployed. Upgrades were deployed. We do have some supply issues down here, so that's probably where that's coming from. Although it's not a concerning issue. I'm going to seal the road from the battlefront back to the HQ. That should help with supplies coming through. If we hide units, we can probably get a good idea of what the road situation looks like in the area. Okay, so we haven't secured the main road, and the main road goes through the port, so we should make an attempt on the port next turn. Part of the gaminess of the game is the diplomacy AI doesn't necessarily speak with the tactical AI. So this moment, our understanding of the garrison here suggests we outnumber the garrison by quite a bit. They'd really got good communication between the diplomacy AI and the warfare AI. Some troops presumably would have been pushed over to the border here. But they didn't, so we're going to be able to take advantage of them declaring on us, which is kind of their mistake at this situation, this junction. Construction-wise, we did have some delays, so I shouldn't really delegate any more construction, although I think that was due to recruiting workers. Yeah, that was due to recruiting workers. The truck station level up takes quite a few workers. This tier, 4,800 more workers, yeah. And recruited 3,000, so that's the delay there, okay. And we still have a bottleneck. Oh, actually, no, we don't. We're not fully bottlenecked there, so I can push some of the colonists through. Oh, push all the colonists through. There we go. Population per turn. That's nice. There's that refugee camp. Up there. Okay, so we're going to want to hold on to that hex. Yeah, diplomacy-wise, I'm going to reach out, start trying to improve these guys back to the state where we can get them to peace. Here we go.
Sir, yes, sir.
It's going to take them multiple turns to get there. In the meantime, we're going to just be taking their stuff, because I think they're not adequately deployed to stop us. And I really don't want them to have the opportunity to get adequately deployed to stop us. So, that's why we're negotiating peace. They started it, we're going to try to end it. I'm a little concerned about the food state. Although that might be because we're getting lowered efficiency with the farm. You're the place where I have the most civilian unemployment, right? Yeah. Although running power shortage as well. Okay, I got the high-tech parts there.
Understood.
Grab the hydroponic farm and expand solar and power. Yeah, I got the petrol. I should use solar and power.
Understood. Understood.
Oops. Oops, daisy. Don't need the wind traps. Cancel the wind traps.
Understood.
Wind traps is water. I need power. Picked the wrong tab. Okay. And that's really delaying a problem that is going to rear its ugly head in like 12 turns. Not a major problem otherwise. We got shadow diplomats.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Gonna cycle the turn. We're gonna see how they respond. We may see some attacking from them. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see attacking from them. They've got pockets, but the pockets actually have supply in them from ports. Okay, so we did get attacked, and it got attacked there. And these are apparently desperation attacks, because they're not phasing us. Although it does look like they've formed a cohesive battle line at this point. Okay, those wildlife have dealt with themselves. We killed 500 infantry and 80 tanks over the end turn for 0 casualties. It's round 119, we have 3 decisions. Okay, if I want to control this road, I need the port to fall. Okay, we can bring everyone in here with no over-snacking penalty.
See you on the other side.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Port has been seized. The port is technically a city, although it's a tiny city. So it will need to be garrisoned. Okay, then if I want to control the road, we'll hide the units for the moment. Need to take that hex. So that's the next objective to overrun.
Yes, sir. We're definitely taking gunfire. Run! Run! Run!
Anyhow, they have formed a cohesive battle line across the peninsula, or the isthmus here, so we will have to fight our way through if we want to continue advancing.
Going in. Mission successful.
Okay, we secured the road. Is that just an SHQ? Is there even anyone in that SHQ? We're about to find out.
Open fire! Open fire!
No, there's no one in the SHQ. Okay. As far as I know, that's their logistical hubs for this area. They may have a little bit of problem coming soon.
Sir, yes, sir.
Give me some spies. I want more info.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, I occupy the zone, so I can't drop spies in a zone that has... Okay. Occupy the zone capital. That's why it's not working. Attempting to do anti-tank or artillery redesigns with the new armor. Let's check in the blueprint and see if we actually got bigger guns. If we don't have bigger guns, it's not worth doing. Okay, I do have full-size artillery guns. And full-sized AT guns. So we will do those upgrades as well. Actually, no, I'll hold off a little bit. We'll go ahead and develop the heavy tank and the assault gun. So heavy tank. Would not be surprised if we can't get a viable heavy tank. Big as you can go. Like at least 50 millimeters of steel plating. That's vaguely viable. It's a little bit of penalty, but it's a heavy tank. So we'll run that.
Order received.
Roger that.
We're being blackmailed. By these guys? No. Surprised I'm being blackmailed by a person. We'll take the minor blackmail. I'm not worried
Sir,
about these
yes,
guys
sir.
invading. Okay, let's generate replacements. So we've lost 4 of the rifle 3s, so we'll replace them with 4 rifle 4s. We lost 1 anti-tank gun. Otherwise, we haven't really taken that many combat losses. I definitely upgrading those anti-tank guns, the bazookas, was worth it. That's why I think we got away with no casualties against the tanks. And we kind of had a pretty large in circulation on the port. Break that road because I don't need that road connection anymore. Better to take the rail path than the non-rail path. Power is trending down. Did construction go according to plan? Yes, 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 yes. Hopefully the rail station being done will help. Yes. I do need more power, but the solar power field and the power plant is the best way to go about doing that. Maybe a little tempting. Let's upgrade the solar panel field in the capital, because that's going to be more power efficient. And then colonists here. No, don't have the logistical capacity to send that across. Okay. Do I start something with these guys? I think the answer is yes. And if we're going to do that, we want to do minor war on you. Yes.
Roger that.
We're now at war with them.
Do it! Do it
Have to
now!
close that pocket.
Mission accomplished. Yes, sir. We're going in.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good exchange ratio. But I don't think we're going to win the fight.
Run! Run!
Yeah.
Run!
Good. Not going to do that. Actually, I didn't realize exactly how many were piled up in those hexes. They're not on a lot of hexes, but they're apparently very dense on the hexes that they are on. Okay, we'll see if these guys even attack. They might not if they actually had their supply lines truly cut.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Okay, let's cycle that turn. Okay, they're attempting to break out. They're not inflicting very many casualties, but they are attempting to break out. Back around to us, we killed 900 infantry of the intern. It is around 120. We have 10 decisions awaiting us. Okay. I'll have to actually double check that. Acquired a new zone, acquired a new zone. We've developed or designed or discovered mechanized artillery. Completed metal soul filtration. Sounds good. That is the long-term solution to rare earth metals and metal. Yeah, so if I don't want this to expire, and I kind of don't want it to expire, I should re-up it. Although it is a lot per round. Yeah, we'll pay
Yes,
for
sir.
a bunch of rounds. You, however, would make a good commander, so
Yes, sir.
you get the job. Or he's got enough skill in theory, you could learn how to be in applied science. We're going to delay applied science for a bit more.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Okay, so we got metal soul filtration. I'm not too desperate for deep core or synthetic. Suppose I'll do vidcom. That'll get us the 4 in engineering, so we can actually be discovering advanced and machinery. Especially because nothing more is going to spread to us at this point, discovery-wise. Vidcom.
Copy that.
Sir,
Giving
yes,
some of the
sir.
demands. Giving some of the
Yes, sir.
demands. Giving some of
Yes,
the
sir.
demands. Appoint a governor. Ah, I'm going to need governors. So, this guy is a perfect governor. He's capacity 3. He's going to learn on the job pretty well. No initial skills, but it isn't always your problem. Civilian, senior.
Roger that.
Take one of the seniors. Take a civilian.
Roger that.
Got 2 governorships. Okay, you look a good
Sir,
one to
yes,
start.
sir.
And for the other one, even better. This is probably the senior, being 60 years old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can't cut that one off. Because this is swamps, they're probably not going to be able to draw efficiently in front of my attack anyway. That's the main pocket of enemy resistance. Lots of it. Or to be the garrison.
We're under fire.
Ah!
Request
Oh, this is
backup.
wildlife. Like, they're doing a naval landing behind me. No, they're not. That would be smarter than the AI is. Okay. Gun in the garrison back in the city. We'll try to drive you back into the city. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Oh, though the militia probably won't be able to do it. I'll probably have to bring up some professional troops to do it. Is that supplying issues? Yeah, they didn't get their full payload of ammo. Okay, so give them a couple turns to reload. I'm very sus of some of these tiles. Let's not keep advancing for the moment. I feel like I've got to faceplant into a unit. We got all the ruins, so this is the point where this zone makes sense to roll for archaeology.
Copy that.
Okay, so all these new ruins, nothing interesting in them. Fair enough. We're having shipping issues. Well, the shipping issues are probably just bolts. Woman doesn't get enough bolts through. And it's the rail again. Rail/road. The rail station is done, so that should fix that problem next turn. So we're not going to worry about it. Solar panel field, probably worth expanding. Because I got the rare earth metals and the machine part income at this point.
Understood.
And we want to solve the power problem before it becomes a real problem. Not going to bother the factory right away. Rail station's done. Power plant should be done next turn. We just queued that up. Proceeding at speed, proceeding at speed. Okay. We got 16 turns-ish left on that metal mine before we need to peripheral mine. Apparently we're so good at prospecting, we're successfully prospecting as we find stuff. And then we're now in second. Okay. As far as overall score. Major... not major. Actually, yes, major, because we're trying to negotiate their surrender, basically.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh yeah, our reconnaissance is telling them that they have no supply. So we're not in a rush to destroy those guys. They are kaput without a supply hub, and they don't have a supply hub. We've got an online down here. We might try to roll around these guys. I would not be surprised if these guys clear on us. We've got 13 opinion with them, apparently. Do we even have open contact? We don't have, or we do have open contact with them, so they're real grumpy for blackmailers. And you know what? Given the current supply situation, if they declare on us, they have a port in here, obviously. I'm not too worried. We'll just keep rolling down the peninsula, and that'll be fine. Yeah, this is my continent. We'll happily kick everyone off of our continent, assuming we've got enough kick in us to kick them. I might find out in a bit that they've got better tech than these guys did. Not that these tanks aren't decent tanks. These are decent tanks. Yeah, decent tanks. Just now we have decent AT. And it's swamps where the tanks, swamps and jungles where the tanks don't fight very well. Oh, did I do the offer protection this turn? Yeah. Do I have the Shadow Diplomats? Yes.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
There we go. There's success. Okay, so we're now at the point where, once I think I got the industry to build the roads to these guys, we can move to integrate them. Ooh, they actually managed to do some damage to us. Although they did attack with a lot. And it was attacking militia as well. The militia aren't that as good as the professional troops. Okay, and this guy just picked a different coastline to set up on. We killed 500 infantry, 20 tanks at the cost of 400 infantry. Over the end turn here, we're on round 121. We have 8 decisions. We've discovered heavy guided RPG. And yeah, they've got full-on supply issues. Just send in some of the bazooka guys. No return fire expected. Okay, we'll just send one bazooka guy and we'll be fine.
Mission successful.
There they go. As far as we can tell from our reconnaissance report, there is only infantry in the pockets. We'll bring in the anti-infantry weapons. We'll leave the anti-tank weapons outside the pocket, or outside the attack here. Like so.
See you on the other side. Okie dokie.
Oh, and they cut my road. Okay.
Going in. We need more firepower, sir.
Never mind, the answer is more force.
Move it now. Negative to breach.
Okay, next turn then. Although, the civilians have decided to build a road around the other way, so we'll be fine. Just seal the civilians' road instead. That'll work. And then we'll probably tear this one out when we're done, actually. Although I do probably want to seal the road into the city. Okay, that'll keep it from coming back to shore. Create area where it was. Sort out the units later. For the moment, just push the artillery, or push the AT weapons forward. What is this? Farm, probably? Yeah, dome farm. At some point, we'll have grown this big enough that I'll probably try to give it its dome, that dome farm back. Pretty sure that's its dome farm from when it was owned by the enemy. Yeah. I presumably still have that bottleneck. Of course I do.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
New zone. Of course, we agreed that we're going to pay the workers. If we're hiring workers, we'll pay them. We'll set the default. I usually run for the bonuses, even though we're not going to recruit anyone from these little places. Emergency food. We will leave these places
Sir, yes, sir.
unincorporated. But we think they're stable.
Yes, sir.
And I suppose I need... No, we did the governor's last turn. That's why we're getting the orders for the zone. Yeah, so we managed to not damage this one too badly. This one got pretty badly damaged in the attack. Granted, the preparatory bombardment probably didn't help. Yeah, the preparatory bombardment probably didn't help. There's not enough workers in either of these zones. Okay. And I don't have the logistic throughput to push workers into either of these. Okay. Power plant's done. The rail station, in theory, is done. Although the rail doesn't go all the way to the cities right now. I don't have the industry to push it there, so we're not going to worry about that. We'll save the power plant. Oh, actually, the power plant should produce enough power. It's 500 power. Yeah, 500 power. That should be enough power to cover the power it needs. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the industry to build the road, so we're not going to unify with our subjects this turn. Okay, so we have the logistics improve. Looking at the time, we are coming up on the hour again. So we are going to be thinking about putting the part break and the run, or the stream break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow, because I recorded far enough ahead that should be reliable to do. Watching on Twitch, when we end this, we're not going to put the part break in at the end of this end turn, because that's also going to be the end of the stream. So we're going to actually play out the next turn, and we're going to save at the end of the next turn before I hit the end turn. Yeah, we're basically going to play out one more. Well, we're going to finish this end turn, obviously, and then we're going to play out one more of our turns before we put the end of the stream in today. We're definitely making real progress. We've integrated another population with some actual population. We're attempting to... Well, we've made 2 more protectorates, so we've got 2 more zones that we can add with actual population there. We've driven one of the majors back from our borders, securing our borders a little bit more. We're going to pick it up where we're going into round 122 with 4 decisions. Back doctors, moral high standing, both of those are bad events. That we'll probably be doing. This is, in theory... Oh no. 1 more turn will be at full force, and then it'll begin to decline. There's actually 4 more turns left in this crisis of violence. And then, knowing my odds, it's going to go back to an era of learning. Because it seems to be bouncing back and forth between those two. Like a little bit more variety in the eras, but is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Confirm that decision. That's an easy decision. Oob. Mechanized siege infantry is tempting, but oh, let's light armor grenadier. Like grenadiers, I generally don't like having my armor separate from my infantry troops, especially unmotorized, unmechanized infantry troops. Otherwise, I probably did the grenadier. do the mechanized infantry MG.
Affirmative.
Got full support to mitigate that. Success. Full support to mitigate that. Success. Although some of those successes look like failures in some ways. Okay, I think it's time to bring the AT in here. Do some AT shooting. And then for the encirclement bonus, we'll have you attack as well.
Attack formation.
Mission successful.
Mission successful. There we go. And yeah, we've thrown that major off of this continent at this point. I suspect there's an animal there. Just slight suspicion. Before I forgot about this continent, we kind of forgot about it last turn. Blocking the road. Fish in my road. I don't have anyone that can get there to take the hex. That's why you don't forget about zones. Sometimes they come to bite you in the butt if you do. Okay, we do have a resupply here on the ammunition, so it is time for the professional infantry to attack.
Yes, sir. We're going in.
We might not win this battle, but we're going to win the attrition in the long run, so... Oh, we actually are winning this battle. Oh, no, we barely lost at the last moment. Ran out of action points. We lost 5 subunits to 47. So they have held for the moment, but they're not going to be able to handle that attrition indefinitely. I'm going to throw the dirt road out and around like so. That's so those guys can hopefully get supply.
Going in. All clear, sir.
Okay, road reacquired. Honestly, I probably don't need that road anymore, but don't want them on the land either way. Because I know I don't need that road. Let's cut that road connection so it doesn't result in a loop. Delete the loop. So yeah, we got these guys. These guys don't like us, so my expectation concern is that they will probably declare on us over the next couple turns. Otherwise, it's just reorganizing a combination of the militia and the professional troops here to hold the coastline while pushing down, potentially into, well, encircling this area, because I think these guys might declare on us in the next couple turns. It's just RNG if they declare on this, to be fair. In fact, if I encircle them on the whole fronts, it might be worth me declaring on them. We'll think of that. At the same time, can we find the people we are actually at war with? There they are.
Sir, yes, sir.
We do still want to get back to peace with them, so we can not have random naval landings. No indications that they have done random naval landings on us, but prefer that not to happen. Let's say. And yeah, at some point I need to sort out the mess that is this ball of troops into something cohesive. It was cohesive at the onset of war. And then then the mad rush into hostile territory kind of made a mess of it all. Okay, and those are mostly AT. Okay. Here's the second HQ. Okay. Construction-wise, everything proceeded at speed. Although we did have a delay roll on the truck station. So we suffered a production penalty. Or did we just have a slight delay on it? Must have just had a slight delay on it some of the early turns. It'll be done next turn. It's got like less than 10% less, so it should finish. Solar panel going, solar panel going. Food still negative, so in the long run I should probably solve the food problem, but we've got 17, we'll say 15 turns before that becomes a true issue. So it should get solved, but I don't need to solve it right now. Food or water's full, petrol's fuel, bullets are going positive, that's good to see, although we did a bunch of shooting this turn, so that might not stay positive. Troop recruitment, we got the replacements ready to go out. Industry is positive and going up. The long run, that probably wants to get set up into rails and road. Can I afford the rail? Yeah, I can afford the rail. We'll get the rail in so I don't forget that next turn. Or next stream.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I doubt I've got logistics down here yet to attempt either of those colonization. The next turn, because I'll have the rail in, we might have enough just pushed through from the rail connection. Although... yeah, we might have enough pushed through from the rail connection. It'll be at a 10% penalty because there won't be the railheads yet. But that might be enough that I can get the colonists in to get the construction going. Yeah, hopefully that'll clear that up. That's also probably making everyone hungry because both of those zones have no... or, I was about to say both of them have no... well, this one has no civilian food production. This one has only just been handed its civilian food production back again, so it's not fully functional. Which is resulting in zone hunger. That... oh, and the hunger's been going down. Right, we've been doing stuff to fix that just by having the supplies going in. So that might be one of the reasons we're food negative, is we're doing emergency food shipments. Although 27 is pretty low for emergency food shipments. Maybe. Okay. And yeah, we do need to grow these zones back up to their functional. We'll probably be at war with these guys and we'll go down the peninsula. So progress is being made on all the fronts, including one of the fronts we weren't necessarily sure if we were going to have needing to advance on. We did, over the course of the stream, move from 3rd back up to 2nd, so we're back in 2nd. And we're in much closer spitting distance of 1st than we've ever been. We're within 2.3% of victory of the 1st place. Yeah. And yeah, I think from a population standpoint, the big scores we can pick up in the upcoming turns is unifying with these two. I do need to sort the industry out, so we're just not like fair. 700 industry a turn is great. That might literally be enough. Although I've got a deficit of projects that need industry, right? We got the infantry that we want to upgrade. I need to upgrade the main road network from dirt to sealed. I need to have road... well, when we integrate these guys, we need to connect these guys with the road network. So I need to run a road through here, and then we're going to have to seal all of this. So we need a lot of industry. Although the current growth rate is comfortable. In fact, it would for peacetime would be perfect comfortable. Just I've got lots of problems right now that need industry now. But yeah, I think the game's going well. The game is being a little bit interesting. And yeah, I think this was as easy as it was, not because we've caught up in tech. Although we have caught up in tech, we just haven't deployed the upgrades yet. Right, the only thing we really upgraded was actually the anti-tank, or not the panzers. Upgraded a lot of the panzers from 2 to 3. Right, so those are some of the ones that are still on 2. I should swear I had some that was on 3. Of course, I can't find them now. I'm looking for them. Yeah, we upgraded a bunch of the panzers from 2 to panzer scares from 2 to 3, which did significantly increase their capacity to be damaging. It's RPG. So yeah, we got. Oh, I suppose we got 3,000 of the old 2s kicking around, and then these are all the 3s. And yeah, that, again, big jump, like 5x firepower jump. That's what we really need to start doing to the infantry, is... Okay, that's only a 2x jump, but we do need to implement that wide scale. Got all those rifle 3s, and we'd like them to all be rifle 4s. And then one of the Twitch shows was commenting on, oh, you shouldn't upgrade because you haven't done the field testing upgrade. I'd specifically delayed doing the upgrade so I could get both the gun and armor upgrade. Because yeah, you do want the field testing to be decent, but at the same time, it wasn't worth delaying a 2x upgrade. Right, and this is a 2x upgrade, going from high speed to Gauss and padded to combat. And we don't actually have enough MGs really to get field testing. Field testing, they have to go into fight, and you get twice the field testing if they die, or than if they were to kill a unit. Right. I think it's actually hit, not kill, but hit. You getting hit and you hitting things is how you get field testing. So if you've got a qualitative improvement like this, where you're going up a whole tier category, it's probably worth doing with no field testing. Because otherwise you can get stuck in situations where it's like, I have a unit that's not worth using because it's invention level, let's say. But because your tech's advanced so much, you might have a viable unit if you model design it. Right, so don't just get hung up on the fact that you don't have the field testing. If you've got a qualitative improvement like this, do the upgrade. But that's also why we're delaying it. Was I didn't want to do it for just the gun or just the armor. It needed to be both. It had to be qualitative in both to the upgrade. And you can see why we did the previous one, right? Is, yeah, we had 88% of the field testing done, so it's about time to do that upgrade. And we had, in that case, we qualitatively had both upgrades. Infantry, we had the field testing, and we didn't have an armor upgrade, but we had a weapon upgrade, so that was worth doing. Right, we got the field testing there. It was maybe a little early on the rifle 3s because we only had 75%, but we had a qualitative upgrade. Like that's how I do my upgrades. These are going to be hanging around a little bit longer. Although if I notice they just start exploding, they'll probably get upgraded. These are probably going to hang around until we get polymer armor, or until they get to 80% field testing. Although we do have a gun upgrade, so we can make these things a lot more dangerous from a gunfire standpoint. And then artillery has seen a little bit of combat. The anti-tank has seen a little bit of combat. We only have one unit of each of these, so at some point we're just going to bite the bullet and upgrade them because they're not going to get a lot of field testing in the current design deployment. And that's the reason we upgraded the machine guns, right? Is we had a qualitative upgrade, and the only place we have machine guns is 1st Brigade. 1st Brigade has infantry, or has machine guns. So only the red guys actually do any leveling up on the machine guns from design work. Field testing. Tech tree, we're definitely making big progress. That period of time when we had the tech sharing agreement really helped us. I don't think it helped them, it helped us. Because we were behind in discovery. And now we've discovered most of what we probably want, at least in the near future. And definitely the stuff we need. Right? We needed metal soul filtration. I think it helped us find combat armor. It found us polymer armor, and so on and so forth. It found all the ones in here in machinery and advanced sensors and such. So I think this has been a good day. And again, we've moved from third to second. And I wouldn't be surprised. I forgot what victory score we had at the beginning of the stream. I think it was around about like 12, maybe. We've definitely moved up a bunch in victory score over the turns. We're at the end of round 122. This is where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in for YouTube. There will probably be a part up for you tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, give me a moment. I'll go ahead and bring up the Twitch schedule. Right now we're playing a 3-game, 3-night, 3-part schedule where we're rotating between 3 different games. Tonight was Shadow Empire. We'll be back to playing Shadow Empire in 3 days, so this upcoming Wednesday night will be Shadow Empire again. If you're watching this on YouTube, should be in your past, so if you can't wait for the next part, you can hop over to Twitch and watch the after recording VOD to watch that bit. Monday, we're going to be going back to Terra Invicta. I think we're just getting out of the lull we got stuck in due to a shortage of Nova Metals. We should be moving against... well, moving to expand in space, let's say. Tuesday will be Panzer Corps 2. We'll be on Case Blue. And then, yeah, as I said, Wednesday we'll be back to Shadow Empire. So that's the upcoming schedule. If you want to get a comment responded to, feel free to leave comments. I do try to respond to all the comments on YouTube. And if you're watching live on Twitch, this is probably the last opportunity to get comments responded to live. I still have the stream up. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.